Hello, darkness, my old friend. You've come to talk with me again. Sens lose 6-3 to the New York Islanders. To kick things off, I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and enjoyed some valuable time with friends and family. While mine was good, it was nice to get back to hockey.
The Sens are 1-4-1 on their first game after the Christmas break.
Why? Why? Well, I was looking forward to getting back to hockey, but it appears somebody up above wants to ruin that for me.
The truth hurts!
Let's just get into lineup changes. With the Sens back in action, Sens GM Pierre Dorion issued an update on some injured Sens. Both Craig Anderson and Justin Falk are dealing with concussions, and both were ruled out for the weekend. With Andy out, Mike McKenna got the start and goal, and Marcus Hogberg was recalled from Belleville to serve as his backup. With Falk out, Max Lajoie returned to the lineup, as the Sens continued to deploy 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. The Sens kept the forwards the same as they looked to rebound from a 4-0 loss to the Capitals last Saturday. And in the early going, the Sens do just that. Late in the period, the Sens sent out a line of Stone, Payarvi, and Paul? I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that line, I was disgusted. What were Payarvi and Paul doing on the ice with Stone? I know the Sens only have 11 forwards, but come on! Apparently Guy Boucher knows what he's doing, because Paul seals off the boards, Stone forces a turnover, roofs a shot over Greiss, and just like that, it's 1-0 Ottawa. Mark Stone doing Mark Stone things. Not really much else to say on that one. Big time goal, and the Sens have a lead heading to period 2. And with the Sens on the power play in the second, the lead grows. Duchesne picks up a Bodker pass in the neutral zone and wheels into the Islanders zone. He tries to make a move, loses the puck, bounces off a check from Boychuk, picks the puck back up, roofs it over Greiss, and just like that, it's 2-0 Sens. A classic example of just wanting the puck. Checked or not, Duchesne was getting that puck. Let's go, boys! Things are rolling along nicely!
Then let me be the first to tell you, that 2-goal lead, it doesn't last long.
Oh, come on! The Isles dump the puck into the Sens zone. Mike McKenna comes out to play the puck, doesn't look where he's passing it, throws it onto the stick of Barzal. He slides it over to Bailey, who bangs it into the empty net, and just like that, Ottawa's lead is cut to 2-1. Stay in your net! You can't handle the puck, so quit trying! I know it's an honest mistake, but man are those frustrating. You score a goal on the road to take a 2-0 lead, and literally 24 seconds later, you go out of your way to gift wrap a goal for the other team. Unfortunately, gift wrap goals would be a common theme the rest of the way. Fortunately though, we did get a small break from the easy goals against. Exactly 3 minutes after Bailey made it 2-1, Chris Tierney sends a pass to Cody Ceci, who wheels into the Isles zone before firing a shot over the short side shoulder of Greiss, and just like that, Ottawa's lead is 3-1. What a nasty shot from Ceci, who failed to send the bottle flying, but did succeed in sending Greiss packing. That goal marked the end of Greiss's night, as former Sen Robin Lehner came on in relief of Greiss. The goalie change did seem to light a spark under the Isles, who slowly began taking over the game in the period's second half. And with time winding down in the period, the Isles were finally rewarded. The Isles dump the puck in, McKenna comes out to play it, he sends a pass over to Harper, who sends a short pass into the middle to Paul. He can't handle the bouncing puck on the Isles' terrible ice. Lee picks it up, fires it 5-hole on McKenna, and just like that, it's 3-2 Ottawa. What a terrible goal to give up, and what a terrible time to give it up, too. Honestly, the goalie comes out to play it after already blowing it earlier. Harper passes the puck where you're told not to pass it, and the Islanders continue to have the worst ice in the NHL. All those things add up to a late period goal for the Isles, as the Sens take just a 1-goal lead to the third period. Remember when I mentioned those gift wrap goals? Well, we saw it on the second Isles goal, and it got oh so much worse in the third, too. Boychuk sends a point shot on goal. The Sens have all 5 guys standing in front of McKenna. The puck gets through all of them, including McKenna, and it's 3-3. Smith loses control of the puck in the neutral zone. Beauvillier picks it up and moves over the Sens line before feeding Komarov. Komarov sends a cross-ice feed to Barzal, who fires it over the shoulder of McKenna, and it's 4-3. Stone's pass bounces off the back of the leg of Borowiecki in the neutral zone. Barzal picks it up, turns around and wheels over the Sens line before firing a slap shot just from the top of the circle over the glove of McKenna, and it's 5-3. For good measure, Casey Zizekas hits the empty net, and it's 6-3. That's how things would end, as the Sens showed some frustration in the final 30 seconds as Borowiecki, Jarosz, and Harper all dropped the gloves, bringing to a close a 6-3 Sens loss. Another game where they absolutely completely came undone in the third period. You know, I was some upset with the way they played in the third period, and as a fan, I have every right to be. But you know what was the most frustrating part and the thing that stood out the most to me? The Sens played pretty decently for the first period and a bit. Over the first 26 minutes and 11 seconds, the Sens fired 17 shots at Thomas Greiss. They grab a 3-1 lead and watch Greiss get pulled in the process. So of course, over the final 33-49, the Sens treated Lehner like a target at a shooting range and continued firing away, right? Wrong. The Sens had an extra 7.5 minutes with Lehner in net, yet managed 7 fewer shots. Yep, and over half of a game, the Sens managed a total of just 10 shots. That's just brutal, and it's my biggest cause of frustration from this game. Let's just get into good news, bad news. I'm grasping at straws here. I don't think the Sens really deserve a good news segment from last night, but I always do it, so I'll do another one today anyway. The Sens were able to chase Thomas Greiss from the goal, and that is good news. Sure, they were completely incapable of doing anything after Greiss was pulled, but the first 26 minutes weren't too bad. And it's not even about having the lead. The Sens chasing Greiss is very important for their confidence. Coming into the game, the Sens were fresh off a 4-0 shutout to the Capitals last Saturday. In fact, in December, the Sens have failed to score more than 2 goals in 8 of their 12 games, including the last 2 in a row. Getting some confidence back, especially in the first game after the Christmas break, is huge, and hopefully it builds for the second half of the season. The Sens chase Greiss from the goal, and that is good news. Now, for the bad news. Not only did the Sens lose the game, but they lost half their team. Thomas Chabot suffered an injury in the second period and did not return to the game, and today it was announced he is expected to miss a few weeks. Christian Jarosz suffered a broken finger in a fight last night. He's also expected to be out a few weeks. Magnus Pajärvi is also injured after being physically involved at the end of the game last night. And after starting last night, Mike McKenna is unavailable today. To make room, the Sens recalled defensemen Stefan Elliott and Christian Wolanin, as well as forward Jack Rodevald from the Belleville Senators. So looking at the Sens lineup for tonight, they are down to their 4th-string goalie. Anderson and Condon are hurt. McKenna is given the night off. On defense, the Sens will be without Chabot, Falk, and Jarosz, meaning Wolanin, who I guess is their 10th-string defenseman, will draw in. Up front, the Sens are without Pajot and Pajärvi, meaning they are likely down to their 15th-string forward. All of these injuries hurt a team who is already trying to deal with getting used to the NHL game. Now guys will be slotted into spots in the lineup they maybe aren't ready for. The Sens lost many guys to injury last night, and that is the bad news. Next up, the Sens return home for the second half of their back-to-back when they welcome the Washington Capitals to town for the second Saturday in a row. The Capitals won that game last Saturday by a score of 4-0, thanks to a Phoenix Copley shutout. Since then, the Caps have just a single game played, a 3-1 win over the Hurricanes on Thursday. And because they played the Hurricanes on Thursday, the Caps have a pair of advantages over the Sens heading into this one as well. First of all, they did not play last night, so they are the more rested team. And secondly, they were in Ottawa yesterday waiting for the Sens to return home last night, so they had the easier travel schedule as well. Add in the fact the Sens are banged up, and it has the makings of a real long night. See you later tonight.